Monday once again. Thank you for joining us. We absolutely thrilled that you got to watch last week's first talk show right here, The Krew Show. Yes, my name is Ree, and I'm glad to see you again. It's Monday once again. Remember, we drop every Monday between 8 and 9 p.m. right here on this amazing platform, YouTube. And we hope that you click on the like button. We hope that you subscribe, and we hope that you share this. And please, we'd love to hear your comments as well. So please drop that below, down by the description and comments section. Well, once again, in studio with me, we have these amazing guys. You got to meet them last week. They shared their opinions about the topics that we discussed. And tonight, we got a host of topics that we're going to discuss, and we're going to share our opinions as well. So say hey, MG.
Hey, MG.
Oh, fantastic. There we go. You can see somebody still sleeping this evening. And say, hey-o.
Beer.
Oh, beer. We know what's on his mind. Well, beer isn't always on our minds. So, to you, our wonderful viewers, we've got a bump-pack show. Like I said, we've got a host of topics that we're going to discuss. And we're also going to share something a bit funny with you just to lighten the mood a bit later on in the show. So, once again, thank you for joining us. Let's start with MG and what he has to say this evening. So, MG, what's your topic?
Well, Ree, I'd like to talk about some things that are going on in the United States right now. You know, they are starting to gear up for the presidential election already.
Well, we can see it's heating up. I mean, everybody's talking about it, and it's going to be a big one.
Extremely big, big. They really want to get rid of Trump.
Well, understandably.
Well, I can understand that myself. The Democrats, they got about 20 people now in the field already, and but I'd like to talk about probably the most exciting candidate that we've seen come around in many years. Her name is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, yes, of course it is. That's why I'm going to shorten it just to AOC.
What's it again?
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Alexandria Ocasio.
Ocasio.
Cortez.
AOC.
AOC. Is that what she's called?
Yeah, that's her nickname. Yeah, we'll give that AOC.
Okay.
So when I'm referring and talking to
AOC.
it'll be AOC. Yeah.
Understand, Jeff? AOC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now she's a freshman Democrat. She's 29 years old. She's from I think the Queens borough in New York City.
She's from the Bronx. Is it the Bronx?
Is it Bronx? Yeah, maybe the Bronx. But she's a freshman Democrat, and just amazing story because just last year she was a bartender.
Wow.
And she's never held a political office before, so this is her first time, and she's hit the ground running. She's got a lot of ideas that are being talked about now.
Wait a minute, but she was a bartender.
Yeah,
talk us through that. How did she become a senator from a bartender to a senator?
I'd say she was quite lucky and probably had a lot of money bankrolling her.
How old?
And she came right out of nowhere.
Yeah.
She unseated about a 13-term congressman from that district, and it was a big shock that she won.
Yeah.
But her ideas, a lot of people have liked her ideas, and I think that's why she got a lot of backing. They liked her ideas. They're all radical ideas, but she's hitting a lot of things, a lot of nerves on a lot of people. And one of them, as she's coming out with, is called the New Green Deal.
The New Green Deal. This sounds like it deals with the environment.
It's about the environment, renewable energy, and focusing on climate change. But she has, when she detailed it, she has a lot of radical, you'd say, different ideas. She wants to, she came out, she says, that basically the world is going to end in 12 years if we don't have a turning point right now about climate change. It's the sky's going to fall.
Yeah, Jeff?
Since when did she become Nostradamus?
Yeah, I don't know. Since she was elected, that's when she became Nostradamus.
I mean, 12 years. I mean, she's made this prediction in 12 years. Listen, we've got 100 years worth of damage. How would you say that 12 years' time would be the key frame? Where does she get her? Where does she get her information
some
from?
scientists have got together, and this is the time frame that they've put it in. That it'll be a tipping point in 12 years that we won't be able to come back from. It'll be the tipping point. So she wants to change everything right now. Get on it now, not wait any longer. and to get on it today. And she's done a lot of radical things. She wants to eliminate air travel.
Wow. Now
Yeah.
imagine a world without air travel. It's essential. I understand it's it's air travel. It's obviously working against the environment. They already damaged the environment, but it's essential to our everyday survival. I mean, we can't travel in ships anymore. That's also going to affect the environment.
Correct. Well, she doesn't know how to make these things come true.
Yeah.
These are just ideas that she wants to put forth, and we're supposed to think that they're great ideas and somehow they're feasible, which we can see that that's not very feasible. Plus, she wants to get rid of all cows and farm animals that are producing methane. That's another one that's not going to go over too good with a lot of people that like to, eat pork and beef.
Well, there I kind of agree with her, because in India at the moment, because of the dedication to the cow, the cow is seen as the mother, and they don't eat beef. There's so many cows in India. It's one of the main reasons that the ozone layer is deteriorating because of the methane coming from the cows.
Correct.
Well, for me, it's a bit radical. Get rid of cows. Get rid of them. You mean she wants to exterminate them?
Yeah, they won't be in the food chain anymore. We can't have them being farmed.
Extinct.
Yeah, they won't be produced anymore for meat. Or any
so
milk
smaller
or
numbers.
Yeah, just smaller. We need to get rid of the cows. She wants to have complete overhaul of every building in the United States. Either knock it down and rebuild it, or to insulate it, changing the insulation, the windows, and things like that with solar panels to make sure it's the most energy efficient that is possible to have. They've already done some estimates on what this is going to cost, and they're thinking over 10 years it'll be around $93 trillion, and which will basically bankrupt America. We won't have any money to spend on any other programs because we're too busy changing the windows in buildings.
Yeah, but in spite of all the radical ideas, what's the support base like? What's the chances of this woman actually? She's Democrat, right?
There's about four in the Democratic field that are backing this.
So she's got major support.
She has a lot of support. Some of the Democrats want to support her, but they're scared actually to get in and give their viewpoints, seeing they're scared of the backlash that they might get. But there are four that have already said in their platform they are for this new Green Deal.
How old is she?
She's 29.
29 years old.
She's 29.
So obviously she has the youth behind her as well.
Correct.
Which is massive in the States right
Correct.
now. I mean, I think the youth are so politically awakened for the first time in maybe a century.
Correct.
It's been a long
time.
But
the problem is that a lot of conservatives or maybe some older people, it's very socialist.
Yeah.
And it used to be in America when I was a child, if you put socialists together in a sentence, use it in a sentence, you were shunned.
Yeah.
This was a bad word when I was growing up. Be socialist, you might as well just say I'm communist.
Yeah. It boils down to that, exactly. Well, radical ideas, quite young, from a bartender to a senator. I'm sure there must have been some major upset there in that election when she was elected as senator of that area. But how does that affect American expats here in Thailand? Someone like this, what sort of threat would she be, or what sort of influence do you think she would have to expats here in Thailand?
Well, it won't be personally, I don't believe. But if she gets to, in the United States, is able to sway any public policies, and then it has to go, and then if that gets into any of our foreign policies, then it will affect people all over the world, not just expats here in Thailand. It'll affect all over. If everybody starts to try to adhere to some of these things, I think right now we don't know enough about it to say if it's going to be feasible to actually implement some of these things. It's kind of too radical to think of.
So how would you go about saving the world?
Well, I'm glad you asked me that, Ree.
See, you got some ideas already. You thought about this long and hard.
Yeah, I'm glad you asked me that. First of all, the way I see it is we should trying to fix climate change. Like you say, it took about 150 years with the industrial revolution, to put all this pollutants into the air, taking all the oil out of the ground and throwing it up into the air, and it has probably caused somewhat of some climate change, but it's not going to stop. countries that are coming up now and becoming industrialized and becoming a strong manufacturing hubs around the world are not going to all of a sudden, give up their chance to have, what America and all the other countries had in the last 100 years.
Basically a slice of the cake.
Yeah, they want to have their slice of the cake too. And so for us, the rich countries, to be pointing fingers like, you can't do this and you can't do that, they're just not going to listen to it. If they have to build coal mines and also put in renewals and everything, but you're just not going to get rid of fossil fuels. So my idea would be to embrace it. If the world just by chance does the temperature increases by 2 or 3 degrees in the next 100 years or so, are we going to be standing flat-footed and don't know what to do? We should be working towards that. How are we going to bring water to arid lands that are going to grow up now? Should we still be building homes along the coastline of any country that's going to be devastated by hurricanes?
So basically what you're saying is work with what we have so far. Instead of finding a solution to cure what has happened or close up the hole, the ozone layer, work with what we have and find solutions to saving people, making life more comfortable, and prevent further damage.
Try to work and minimize the damage that's going to be coming. You can make deserts bloom. They've done it all over the world. Look at they've done the Middle East and things. You can make deserts bloom, and we need to just figure out how to move the water over into these places that are supposedly now going to be
Dubai was
severe
a
droughts
now
and things
Disneyland,
like that.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, and thank you so much, MG. That was fantastic. Well, we hope for your sake and all Americans that this young lady changes the position and goes back to bartending. For the sake of all Americans. Anyway, let's go. Let's move ahead. Okay, so Geoff.
Yes, Mr.
What do
Reed.
you have for us?
Okay, I'd like to talk about the recent elections in Thailand.
Yes.
Dun, 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 dun.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Okay, so yes, it is hot news right now. Of course, the elections is something that it's in the tip of everyone's tongue, whether it be foreigners or the Thais. So what do you have for us?
Okay, well, according to this journalist, it said on Sunday the Thailand TV was diligently talking down the barrel, giving an update on the election from a polling station in Bangkok, set up for members of the military. But as the camera panned across the voting going on behind him, it seemed to show a soldier in a beret, either checking a young soldier's ballot or handing it back to him, while another buzz-cut recruit stepped up apparently to have his ballot checked too. Now that is ridiculous.
So was this caught on video?
This is caught on video.
But obviously right now, there's going to be a lot of back and forth. People are going to be saying this is rigged, that wasn't fair. Yes, the votes are not officially counted, or the numbers are not
May
there.
9th.
The Electoral Commission says that the numbers that they put out are the numbers, but they will only make it official after the King's coronation. I think, after the last election was proper election was 2006, right? 2006. It's been a long time, and I think the Thais at this point in time will be looking for something. We'll be looking for their democracy, but then again, you're going to have people looking for that controversy as well. Do you think maybe this was part of propaganda, part of the plan?
My own opinion, no, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. I think he's just got so much control, and he wants to enforce that control.
Yeah. Listen, in the 4 years, and ever since I've been in Thailand, living in a country that's basically under a coup, it doesn't feel like a country under the coup. People go on with their lives.
They've said that it's a happy dictatorship.
It's a happy dictatorship. Well, there we go. That's a light way of putting things. But honestly, you don't feel like you're in a country that's under a coup, is under military rule. People are happy. People are gone with their lives. Of course, you're going to have people that have their own opinions and are not allowed to express those opinions for certain reasons, and the allegiance to the monarchy and all of that goes hand in hand, which is reasonable enough. I totally understand that. But in a sensitive time now, after the first elections after 2006, I think at this point in time, what would be the wise thing for people to say and do? What would be the best thing for people to believe in?
Well, I think everybody have their own opinion of who should run the government. I think they still think that there was not a majority that voted this coup.
Yeah.
Okay, it was just taken over by
Well,
force.
yeah, it's a popular vote that.
My own opinion, living here in Thailand now, I think it's actually, like you say, it's actually safer. Yeah, it's safer. I mean, you don't feel that there's a control from a foreigner's point of view,
Yeah, exactly.
but from a Thai point of view, they see it in a different perspective than we do.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the Thais have, a few Thais have been up in arms and calling for the disbanding of the Electoral Commission, which is major. And it's actually good to see that Thais are, standing up for something they believe in. And it's good to see. It's nothing wrong with that. That's all part of what a democracy should be about. And that's where Thailand wants to aim to be, a democratic monarchy. It's understandable, and that's where they want to be. They probably don't want to be under the military rule. A lot of them agree with the military rule. I know a lot of people that have said that the military have done wonderful things for the country in the last 4 years, and I'm not here long enough to judge that. But a lot of people obviously wouldn't agree with that as well. You guys have been here for a long time.
Yeah.
What have you seen?
Well, I'd have to say it's just to me it's very black and white.
Yeah.
An army of any country should be protecting the country
Yeah.
from outside forces.
Yeah.
Should not be running the country. Why would you want generals to be running
Yeah.
the show?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what politicians for and civilian government is for. You know, to everywhere you look around here, it's an army general.
Yeah.
Every ministry has a general.
But he's
It's
got
general so and so, general so and so. They're all generals.
But the Prime Minister, he has great style. He has a great sense of humor. He leaves cardboard cutouts of himself.
And he writes songs.
He writes songs. He's released two
He's quite talented.
Hit albums so far. He's quite talented. I've seen him wear a baseball cap as well. He looks quite young and funky. No disrespect to the Prime Minister at all. I think I think he's kind of there with the people as well, with a little. Maybe a little bad intentions and little good intentions in between, like all other politicians. Trump is coming under fire. Back home in South Africa, we have Julius Malema, we have Ramaphosa, we had Zuma that destroyed the South African economy. And back in the UK now, you have Brexit, Theresa May. The Queen's still alive?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, it happens everywhere.
She
Yeah,
be the
for sure.
oldest.
And I think it's
running
all
monarchy.
part of, every economy is a part of politics, and that's what it boils down to. What's your final opinions on that?
My final opinion, I just wish Thailand would go to a straight up democracy.
Yeah, democracy works.
Yeah, I think so too. Just one other point I'd like to make. I mean, I have been to countries where they were overtaken by a coup, apart from Thailand. That was Cuba. I was there.
Yeah,
And when they have a curfew, it is enforced.
it's enforced.
And if you're on the street, you're shot.
Exactly. So you out 2 o'clock in the morning and you having a drink, you don't really feel this is a.
Well, I can tell
It's
you,
a cool
I
country,
was,
right?
I was going back to my ship.
It's a
and-
cool country. Not
You
a
must have
cool-
got shot at a lot.
Well, the people actually were trying to protect me in a taxi when I was going back to my ship. All right, they had to cover my head. All right,
In Cuba?
so that they couldn't see that I was a foreigner because
Oh.
no foreigners were allowed on the streets after 12 o'clock.
Was this in Cuba?
It's in Cuba and Havana.
Wow. I
Man.
bet you felt pretty safe with the bag over your head, huh?
It was a towel, actually.
Was it a wet towel or a dry towel?
No, it was a dry towel.
Do you have a glass of whiskey in your hand at least?
I needed one after I got back up
Yeah,
on the ship.
for sure.
Yeah, a big fat Cuban and some whiskey. Well, there we go. Well, for me, the one bit of news that hit home, especially being a South African, is that the good general, what is he now? Captain General? I'm not too sure. Good old BJ. You know BJ? Big Joke.
Oh,
Yeah?
oh, the big joke.
The Big Joke. You know Big Joke. he's everywhere. I mean, I don't know what department is in charge of. He's in charge of immigration.
It is immigration, but you do see he's
everywhere.
He's everywhere.
He deals with immigration. He deals with serious crimes. He deals with
correct.
domestic issues. He deals with
very busy man.
Pretty versatile.
Yeah, he deals with health issues as well.
He must be an expert in many fields.
Yeah, he does because he declared that e-cigarettes are bad for your health. He's also a medical practitioner.
He knows
as well.
that too.
Yeah, absolutely. But big joke, General Hakpal, he's the head honcho of immigration, this week declared that the problem here in Thailand and crime comes down and boils down to people of color, and most specifically, South Africans. So he's basically he's made a racist comment, blatant racist comment, where he says the problems of crime and serious crime originates with people of color, and pointing it down to South Africans. Now,
Goodbye.
well, there you go, folks.
Once you have black, you never go back.
Yeah, absolutely.
According to Denzel Washington.
Listen, my wife's got a lovely golden color. I love it. She also wants to be white all the time, and I was like, I love that color. Don't change it for the world. Your preference
Preference?
of color?
I don't have any preferences.
Anything goes?
Well, I'm kind of an, I'm an open.
All rounder.
You like to open.
I like it.
Okay, guys. So closing words before we go. Thank you for joining us once again. But closing word from MG and Geoff right here. GB.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the show, guys. See you again next week.
What can they expect next week? You going on holiday next week?
Yes,
by the way.
I'm going to Chiang Rai.
Chiang Rai. When are you going to be back?
I'll be back approximately on the 18th.
Or maybe not. Are you coming back?
I am coming back.
Are you sure?
Yes, there's too much smog in Chiang Rai right now.
Well, you can come back into the smog into Bangkok as well.
Yeah.
What are you going to go to Chiang Rai for?
Well, I've got to go there for family reasons.
Yeah? Okay. We don't want to question that. Okay. And your final words, MG.
I'm glad you all tuned in and tuned in, I should say.
Yeah.
Glad you're all tuned in, and hope to see you next week.
MG's still thinking about being open up. He's turning it in. Okay. And what you doing for this holidays?
Holidays, taking it easy. Maybe go to one of the islands.
Yeah? Which island?
Maybe Koh Samet.
Yeah? Okay. Fantastic. Well, I'm going to be right at home, folks. I'm saving my money. I'm going to be right here in Bangkok. But you're going to catch us again next week, perhaps without Geoff this time. It'll be MG and myself. We'll be here next week once again, right here on YouTube. Remember, between 8 and 9 p.m. every Mondays. Don't forget to join our social network pages, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and, of course, right here on YouTube. Subscribe, share, like, hit that bell icon to remind you whenever the new video pops up from The Krew Show. And also don't forget to send us any of your comments right down below. And also we would appreciate if you send us anything funny, quirky, pictures, photographs, anything you want to share with us on our email down below in the comments right there, right here on our page. So once again, it's been fantastic. My name is Ree. It's been a pleasure. We hope you enjoy the show. Lots more to discuss next week. Loads more skits coming your way. We're planning lots of amazing stuff for you, GB, myself, and MG right here. We got some amazing stuff coming for you. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Good night.